Howdy, my name is Wyatt Holliday, and I'm a real cowboy actor. You're listening to the Cowboy Boys podcast with the Hebrew buckaroo, Shayne Smith, and his native companion guide, Mac Shaven Bear Arthur. Cowboy Boys is the only podcast for boys who are into cows. Cowboy Boys.
Is that why you started
Yeah,
recording?
I did start recording,
Okay.
so don't say that rapist name, the guy who was...
What? I would absolutely. If I knew a rapist in stand-up, I would say his name.
Oh, listen, you know a rapist in stand-up. You just don't know that they are yet.
Oh, that is true.
That's fair. Did we just hear a gunshot?
I just heard an explosion.
That's pretty cool.
Sick, dude.
Maybe.
It's a fucking Big Apple, baby.
Did you see like the Transformer explode when like everyone's
Like
getting
last-
superpowers?
Like in the
6
winter,
months
right?
ago?
Yeah. My girlfriend was in town, and it was like one of her first nights here, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's not always like this," because we were in like Greenpoint, so we could see it.
No way.
Yeah. So it was like the sky was like green, and we were like, "Oh shit, it's not always like this." I swear.
Dude,
The
anytime
alien
something
abduction.
happens here, I'm just like, here we go.
Yeah.
It's all over for us.
But that's the thing. It is always like this.
It is.
Something's
Yeah.
happening.
There's always something.
yeah, that's
The
fair.
hurricane, the alien abduction,
Yeah.
power's going out constantly.
Dude, are there any gay comic predators yet? Has that happened?
Yeah. I think I've heard of a few.
I mean, we've heard of, but is there like any like, is that a thing?
Like younger, like ones that would be like in
No,
our
like
circles.
a Cosby or like a guy.
Yeah, there's one. There's one I've heard. I don't know if you want to
no
name
way.
names, but
I
That's
mean-
the podcast, too.
You can say
No one-
whatever you want, or you can say whatever you don't want. I am fine, but that's crazy.
I mean, Andy Dick is just
Oh,
in
yeah.
general like super creepy. But
How did I not know that?
Yeah.
I go to the store. I've seen Andy. He is a for real creep.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
creeped on me.
Do you see the video of him getting knocked out?
No.
Yeah. It just happened like the last week. Apparently, he groped some dude, and the dude just like
He groped the kid that beat up Cat Williams.
and yeah, this dude just like knocks him out on the street, basically.
Dude, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's
I
sick.
mean, if you don't want to get knocked out,
Yeah, dude.
don't be groping.
It's fucking
Yeah.
Andy.
And he got lit up by John Lovitz. That's so sick.
Yeah,
It was, like years
that's
ago.
the story.
But
He
yeah,
got John Lovitz like punched him in the face at a bar
it's
for
so sick.
making fun of Phil Hartman.
well, for
or something.
killing Phil Hartman inadvertently.
I
Whoa.
mean,
Because Andy Dick got Phil Hartman's wife back on drugs when they were all on
Oh.
news radio, and then
Mexican
because of
speedballs.
yeah, so because of that, she killed Phil Hartman and herself.
Wild.
Yeah.
dude, what is it about
Dude.
Mexican speedballs that makes you shoot your husband? They must be good.
What
They
about
gotta be good.
What's the other kind of speedball?
Regular white man speedballs, not as good.
What are
hippie-
we doing that Mexicans are doing better?
Hippie speedballs.
Taking American jobs.
is hippie
Our
speedball?
speedball jobs?
Hippie speedball apparently
That's
is like
real.
it's like a joint and a coffee.
Oh,
You know?
Oh, okay.
That's-
So it's like a
so
yeah.
So just like breakfast in L.A.
Yeah, exactly. I think.
what is a Mexican speedball? Is it like cocaine and heroin?
Oh, dude.
I
we
thought
have
that was
not-
I thought that was a regular speedball.
You're the only drug person on the podcast.
yeah,
right
man.
now,
I don't know
Mac.
anything.
I mean,
I've been sober for almost 19 years. How long have you been sober?
who are you addressing?
Let's see, 13 or so.
Nice.
13 or 14. Yeah.
Oh, should we tell who we're talking to?
Oh yeah, we didn't even
Yeah.
introduce.
That's what I was asking. Who you were talking
Introduce
about.
yourself.
Hi, I'm Mike Abrusci. I'm a comedian, and who cares?
There it is.
Who cares?
There it is.
I
We're
care.
very
Yeah.
happy to have you. We, when we first started the podcast, before we even started the podcast, we were like, should we even have guests? And then we were like, yeah. And you were one of the first people that came up.
Yes.
Because Mac, when I first moved here, I was like, who's funny that you've seen? And Mac
went,
was like,
"Oh,
I've been
shit."
to 2 open mics, and you were the only person he named.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, you made an
That's
impression
nice.
back then.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
so
yeah.
cool.
Do you remember what is it? It's Pinebach. I think it was Pinebach Rock Shop.
Yep.
I went to a mic there, and what was funny is it's kind of like it's a hip Brooklyn mic, and me and our black friend Tanner Nicholson, another comic from Utah, which is that's pretty impressive, right
He's
there.
not just bragging about having a black friend, by the way.
No, I'm saying- I'm saying
is
from
in the
Utah.
story. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
yeah.
it is pertinent to this
information.
So I'm telling, like, I don't know, it's not ironic racist jokes, but I'm feeling the room, and Tanner's the only person laughing, so
Yeah.
I felt like they were still funny. Everyone was horrified with my humor.
Brooklyn
But-
is rough.
Then there was some cool punk rock chick she's like, "You're funny," and I'm like, I can't keep doing this. This is.
You're like, not her. No.
There was probably like 100 people in the room, and I guess one person liked me.
Oh, that's so funny.
Tanner
Dude,
liked
if
it.
you're going to impress one girl, make her punk rock.
Yeah, she was cool. I don't know.
sounds cool.
But then, I saw you at a mic, and I was like, all right, that's one of the funny guys. I've seen so many bad people at just like the handful of open mics. I didn't, because when you first come out here, you're like, well, everyone out here is going to be really good. But then you realize it's more the same, only tenfold.
Yeah.
There's more.
Yeah, the funniest people in the world are here, but also everyone else that wants to do comedy in New York.
Yeah. When we came from Salt Lake, especially, I had this weird thing where I would perform in other places, and I was like, oh, my jokes won't work anywhere else, even though I wasn't doing like humor that was based anywhere.
Y'all know the Mormon Tabernacle? Stuff like that.
There's a fucking dragon in it. That's the place. Like, I didn't know. And so then I came here and just assumed the level of comedy would be better. It's almost like learning to play basketball somewhere, and then you go to Chicago, and you're like, oh, everyone's better at basketball here because the level of basketball has risen. Comedy doesn't work like that.
No.
Everyone here is even, I would even venture to say, New York is worse at comedy than other places. And LA is worse too. Like the big comedy places, the well of awfulness runs deeper than like if you went to a small city. Like if you go to Austin, the worst guys in Austin are going to be horrific. But
it's the bigger pool.
But the pool here is so big that you can really reach down into some horrific stuff.
And there's also a thing here where you're like, oh, there is 100 people at this open mic.
Exactly.
Like, this is insane. There's not going to be 100 good people are all not going to go to the same open mic.
Yeah.
No.
And the way in Utah it works is there's like the 20 like regulars, and we're all friendly. Like we're friends. We see each other. We know what we're doing. And then like 10 new people kind of shuffle through, and they'll hang around for a few weeks and fall off. And
there's literally less than 100 people in the scene at any one time.
Okay.
In the whole city, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild because it's like Salt Lake's not like it's like small compared to New York, but it's still one of the bigger cities. Especially in like the West over there.
In the top 100 cities in America, don't quote me on this because it's been a few years since I looked at that Wikipedia page. It's like 101.
Oh,
so it's out there. It's big. It's technically a city, but it's not that big.
Yeah,
because there's all those like places like Hoboken where you don't think of as like a city, but then you're like, oh yeah, that is a big city.
Yeah, it's almost like it's that big because it's so close to New York City that people live there to work here and stuff like that.
Salt Lake is big relatively because 500 miles around, there's
nothing. Yeah.
But farmland, it's nice. I like it. I'm going to head back there.
Are you really?
I'm going to become the biggest comedian in Salt Lake City.
It's not worth it, trust me.
I think I was at one point when
You're
everyone
literally
moved.
The biggest, firstly, that you've never been fat enough to be the biggest anywhere.
That is a good correlation there. All the funniest people were pretty fat.
I've been trying to get Mac was close to the fattest he's ever been recently.
Okay. Are you trying to get him really fat?
Well, here's the thing. He's like, I'm weight, what is it, 230?
230 is the fattest I've ever
fattest
been.
He ever got.
Okay.
And he was like 228. And I was like, dude, firstly, if you're going to be fat, let's go. Let's fucking go.
Okay.
Dude.
So. Wait, I got to give my height too. I'm 5'10", 230. Okay. That's important because you could.
Yeah.
So I've always had like, trying to figure out like weight loss and gain and all this stuff. I've yo-yoed up and down. And I'm like, all right, I'm at a weight now where I can either dedicate myself to being in shape or get so fat I can't walk anymore. And like, I don't know which one I want to do.
I feel like I've been exactly there, but my whole life.
Yeah. Well, it's like I've dropped down. As an adult, I've been anywhere from, I was like 270 at one point. And then I've been down to like the lowest I've been as an adult was like 175.
I thought you said you dropped down to 270. I was
no,
like, damn,
so sick, dude. If I was 270 now, I'd be fine.
So you've been 175 and
270 all up and down. I was 270 when I right out of high school.
So
Dude.
Yeah,
175 feels better, but also getting fat feels really good.
Getting fat is so awesome. You don't have to do anything.
Getting fat feels good. It's when you start to stall out because I've also weighed 230. And for reference, I'm 185 right now. So like I get sick.
Dude,
yeah.
And,
Getting fat is self-care, by the way.
dude, well, getting fat rules. It is when you start to stall out.
It's
when you're no longer making gains that your body is sort of like, hey, we're dying.
Yeah, that's the thing. Getting fat is cool, but being fat sucks.
Yep.
And that's the thing.
Yeah,
Where you're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
fuck, man, that was so much fun, and now I'm here, and it hurts to walk upstairs, and this is brutal.
Oh, dude, yeah. I remember when I was like my fattest, and I literally went upstairs, and I was like, oh, like I gotta do something. This is rough.
If you want to get fat, you got to move to a city where you got to drive around a lot.
Yeah, you
Dude,
can't.
I can't imagine how fat I'd be if I didn't live in New York City.
Midwest,
Dude,
Midwest
yeah.
city. I mean, it shows walking around those places or being there. You
New
see
York
them.
is fat light. There's a lot. We don't have a lot of fat people here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of us's.
Yeah. There's a lot of like thick boys, but not a lot of like when you see someone that's really fat
It's impressive here.
and they're like walking somewhere, you're like, whoa, you gotta walk that big all the time.
Yeah, dude. And you know for a fact that they're literally like planning out every journey, like a battle plan. Like,
Yeah.
this is where I can sit. This is where I can stop. This is
Dude.
where I can like get a donut to support myself.
Wait,
till I get to the
that's
next
literally
place.
what I'm thinking. I'm like, there's the Dunkin' right in between here and our subway stop.
Dude, I love that you can't get to our subway stop without eating an empanada.
Those empanadas are cheap and good.
They're so bad.
No.
He's like, have you ever? I never had one. He's
They're
like,
on
"Have you ever-"
demand. They have them cooked all day.
He's like,
so
have you ever had an empanada? And I was like, what is it? And he's like, it's a thing. You'll like it. And he gets it to me, and it's literally just like a buttery croissant filled with meat leaving.
that's
like,
so
what
good.
the fuck?
Yeah, that sounds
Oh.
good actually. I know what an empanada is, but when you explain it like that, I really like it.
Oh, dude, it's so bad. It's just like,
Delicious.
this is it.
Maybe
It's a
this
fucking-
one is not good.
Wait,
It's a meat
let's
donut.
open the cupboard right now and see what you eat.
Okay.
Here's what Shayne likes.
Okay.
SpaghettiOs with meatballs.
I eat them cold.
Dude, no, that's brutal.
Here's the thing.
That's
I grew
brutal.
up very white trash.
Yeah.
All of our cereals.
Also, I hate to cook, and I know people are like, you could heat it in the microwave, but I don't even want to make. I don't want to make dishes.
So you eat it out of the
I
can?
eat it out of the
So wait,
can.
Dude.
I don't even use a fork sometimes.
No,
I
you drink it like
Yeah.
a fucking
So wait, you don't want to make dishes. You're too lazy to cook.
Yes.
Why do you think I go get empanadas?
Dude, but that's so much effort. The worst thing is, I used to eat cold SpaghettiOs when I was like very poor. Now I can literally I could eat out every day if I wanted, and I still eat the
Don't-
SpaghettiOs.
yeah.
Dude, my brain is broken.
No, you have poor brain.
The instant oatmeal
Poor
is
brain.
so good. I ate good oatmeal, like a coffee shop. I went to a coffee shop and I was like trying to write, and I ordered oatmeal and I couldn't finish it. I was like, it's gross.
Yeah, you're like, it's not full of sugar and has
Yeah,
chunks
dude.
of fake apple in it, like freeze-dried apple.
I love when your foodie friends like try and take you somewhere and
Oh.
they're like, dude, they come up with adjectives I've never heard before, and I'm just like, yep, it's food. I like
yeah.
it.
You're like, yeah, lots of umami or whatever. Yeah, sure.
It's so bad. Dude, my least favorite is when a girl cooks me a meal to try and impress me, and I don't like it because I wish it was macaroni and cheese with hot dogs or whatever.
Yeah.
So she's like, I made you this, and it's just like, this is
Really?
not good.
I just have a new theory about our weight thing. Is
What?
I'm more hefty because I eat all those empanadas, and you're so skinny because you eat SpaghettiOs. Do we know the nutritional facts of love? Does that? I wonder how many
wait.
calories that adds to food
Love?
if you put love into the food.
Oh, true.
That's why when you have a girlfriend cooking for you, you get all fat, and
Oh.
Yeah.
when you're sad eating ramen,
Are you saying that the factory workers that put the SpaghettiOs in the can don't do it with love?
probably not. It's probably filled with hate.
Oh, but that would explain why I punish myself in the gym like I do.
Dude, that'd be so funny if you were at the gym just with a can of SpaghettiOs in between sets instead of water.
Dude, I have literally brought a double gulp to the gym before of Diet Coke.
So wild.
Dude, I like soda, and I think when I moved here to New York, I left what was left of like I'm kind of worried about strangers. Feel like
Yeah,
my
yeah,
fucks for
Not when
to
you got
be
your
hacky.
Not when you got your face tattooed.
No. I mean, There's a certain amount of like fuck everybody when you tattoo your face, but you still have like I don't want people to judge me for bringing soda to the fucking gym left in you.
What about those guys that wear jeans to the gym? They don't give a fuck.
Dude,
at
No
I-
respect,
all.
because they are fucking always big.
Yeah, dude, they are.
Well, they're always like farm boy bit. They got real farm muscles, and they're just doing curls
Dude,
in
I
jeans
love when they're
and a
in their
t-shirt.
socks and their shoes are off. They have jeans on, and you're like, so you're just here, huh? You're
Yeah.
just doing it.
There's dudes in my because I when I go to the gym, not often, I go to the Blink in Bushwick, and there's like Bushwick neighborhood dudes that just work out in like wife beater tucked into jeans.
Hell yeah.
With Tim's on.
Hell
just
yeah, dude.
no matter what they're doing. Tim's on a leg press. Tim's fucking. It's like because when you're benching, it doesn't really matter.
No, I know.
But because they're never doing cardio.
No. They're just trying to get yoked.
Yeah, they're just doing pull-ups and bench pressing and curls.
So that's a preventative exercise. You get buff, and then people leave you alone.
Yeah.
That's like the hood. See, and that's why like spindly people, they're not exercising to stop the fight. They're exercising to win the fight. And
Yeah.
that's how you know, like, oh, avoid that one. Anytime there's like gangster dudes and one of them's like spindly, it's like
That's the-
the
yeah,
one
yeah,
you don't
yeah.
fuck with.
Well, how many UFC fighters like do not look like fighters?
Nate Diaz is
Dude.
like the big one that everyone's
Dude.
like.
He looks like he only eats beef jerky. But he's like the scariest man in the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, his arms are so skinny. He's got like a little bit of moobs.
Yeah.
Remember fucking way back in the day, Chuck Liddell, he had a beer gut
Yeah.
only because his abs were so thick
That
that
they
it just
would- yeah.
looked like he had a gut. He would punch people and they would just exit their body and go to another dimension.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's crazy when you're so strong that you don't look strong anymore.
Oh, yeah, dude. Strong men crack me up.
Dude, I'm obsessed with I watch all these like World's Strongest Men videos, but only like what they're eating.
Oh, dude, I do that too. Have you
Yeah.
seen, is it the guy in Colorado, Dan Crenshaw? No, wait, what's his name?
That sounds like a name. I don't know.
Fuck, I don't know, but he does this thing where he's like, "This is my big eat day."
Oh, is
and
it-
he tries to do 10,000
Oh,
calories.
Brian Shaw.
Brian Shaw.
Yeah, yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
He had one
Yeah,
where
yeah, yeah.
he eats all day, and he's literally like 2 milkshakes, 2 double baconators,
Yeah.
and he's powering through this food like
Nothing.
forcing himself to. By the end, he's like, "It's real rough. I'm trying to get through 3 pints of Ben and Jerry's. I don't even like it anymore."
Yeah.
And he's like trying to get calories to get strong. It's crazy.
Just so he
Yeah.
can work out for another
Dude,
8 hours.
Imagine being so strong that you can't eat enough.
Yeah.
You won't get fat because you can't eat enough.
Like watching him, he's like, no matter what I'm eating, I eat 2 cups of white rice with my meal
Yes.
to get that added
it's
like
fucking
calories and
crazy.
carbs, just so he can fucking drag a Mack truck with his teeth.
He
Yeah,
should
dude.
make stuff with more love. It's highly fattening. He'll get those calories, those extra love calories.
oh my God. We worked out today. How was your workout, Mac?
It was all right.
What'd you do?
I ran and then I rode.
Those are good. You're working your whole body.
I like rowing.
Did you see that there's a challenge at our gym? If you row 5,000 meters, they want you to write it on the board.
No, I'm gonna start doing that.
Do it. Dude, there's a challenge on the gym every week. I win sometimes. I'm surprised you haven't noticed.
What do you mean? What do you win?
Nothing. I'm literally
Pride.
just mentally
Pride.
ill, and I just
Yeah.
see that, and I'm like, I literally see some guy named Kyle on the thing, and the lizard part of my brain is like, fuck that guy.
You're like, I have to beat Kyle.
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of lizard part of the brain, when I was waiting for that girl to get off the row machine,
Yeah.
and she like left and she didn't wipe down the machine, and I was like hovering around it like because I'm like I don't know if she's gonna come back. She came back and I was like, "Are you done with the machine?" She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want me to wipe that off? Wipe my sweat?" And I'm like, "No."
No, but just don't look while I sniff it.
Yeah, it's just like I'm like, "No, it's fine." But inside my brain, I was like, "Yeah, like these pheromones will help me work out."
It's kind of real.
Yeah, so
Dude, every time I run next to a girl, I feel like I run faster.
Because you're trying to impress her.
I don't know. They're genuinely, listen, I'm a 32-year-old man. I 100% understand that no grown woman is at the gym caring what I'm doing.
No.
I bet some of them
Or
do.
even looking, really. If
We're
she's
all-
looking at me. She's looking at me because she's like, damn, this guy fucked his... What does he do for work?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I will still be on the treadmill, listening to music at full volume, daydreaming, and I'll have dialed it up 0.5 faster, and I'll be like, she sees how fast I'm running, and she thinks I'm cool. I know it.
She wants to mate with me because I'm the apex.
That lizard part of your brain is just like, dude, she sees me, and
I think they do because why are they at the gym? They're also trying to get in shapes to fuck. That's the only reason to go.
I feel like they could have significant others that aren't.
I mean, you have
Then
to.
why aren't they at the gym with them?
True.
If you love your wife so much, go work out with her.
Just hear a guy watching her run on the treadmill, looking over at me.
You're doing good, honey.
Unless you got one of those cool relationships where she's just supporting you by cooking food.
Ooh.
Have you ever seen those bodybuilders that?
Oh, I thought you were just talking about like a wife.
I thought you were going to talk about
woman.
feeders.
Yeah. Ooh.
That's
The last time I remember puking from something I watched was a feeder video.
Dude, that shit's so brutal.
It was a Vice documentary or something, and Mac was watching it. He was laughing so hard. I love that. And so I thought it was safe to watch because he's laughing. So I'm watching it with him, and this guy, dude, I'm gonna puke just thinking about it.
which I don't remember this.
She's so big and she's so fat, and her husband is a cook, and he's like a normal size. He's like the size of Mac. He's like a normal size guy.
Yeah, I think I watched.
And he's like, I made you 8 omelets.
I think this is a TLC thing, not a Vice.
Dude, he's going to throw up. Don't throw up.
I won't throw up, but it genuinely, if I
Yeah.
imagine, I don't know why the eggs fuck me up.
Eggs are kind of gross if you don't
He's
cook them right.
feeding her omelets, dude, and it's
Yeah.
just like I was watching
Too much of one food is disgusting.
and I'm just I'm watching her eat all these eggs sitting in her Jazzy, which must be made out of aircraft aluminum because it's so strong that it's holding her, and I was just like, damn, dude. Yeah, it's so gross. And Mac was laughing very hard.
I love laughing at people's pain. What do you mean? Like, it's funny. That's the thing, though. I want like, do I want to be?
Laugh at the facial abuse videos.
I mean that hurts my soul too. That hurts me because I'm like, how soon am I going to be made fun of in the facial abuse?
Do you
Like,
know
you think it's going to get down to you?
I'm like
Like, they're going to be like they're going to make fun of you in the video?
yeah, like I'm gonna be so destitute in my life.
Oh, you're the
I'm going to be facial
Do
abused.
you know what this is?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Mike.
I've fallen down the hole. I've seen it.
I mean,
They come up when you're just on the dark side of the web.
Firstly, if you like a rough blowjob, you're gonna accidentally run into it while you're on Pornhub or whatever.
Yeah, of course.
But the girls know the score. The guy has paid them. They understand, and many of them clearly that's their fetish.
Okay.
But so what you don't see if you just watch free porn like on Pornhub or whatever, you just see a girl getting her face sexed by a gentleman, and then of course facialabuse.com, which, by the way, sponsor of this pod. No, I'm just kidding.
Facial abuse?
Not at all.
Facialabuse.com.
Actually, I think that guy
I'll
runs
reach
a
out.
Twitter account, and he's super pro-Trump.
No.
He doesn't even use his Twitter account.
Yeah, why would he be?
No, I know that why would he be well, maybe, I don't know, he could be forward thinking, but it's so funny that he's like, I run a website where I fuck ladies' faces really hard and I'm mean to them and then people get off on it. And then he's like, also political activism. You're like, what? But he does interviews before the scenes start, and they put the interviews online, and he's like, he roasts the girls basically, and it's so rough. Like one of them, like the girls, he's like, "How old are you?" And she's like, "I'm 19," and he goes, "You fucking sound like Batman."
Dude.
God.
I can't.
funny.
It bums me out so
lot
bad.
of them
See,
are
why
really
do you
mean.
laugh at that? Where I laugh at the
guy
feeder.
because you laugh at love and I laugh at hate.
Oh, insightful.
I don't know. That's not real, but yeah, it's really funny. And he, of course, roasts their appearances and stuff. He told there's just one woman, and he goes, "Do you know who Grimace is?"
Oh, man.
He's like, "What?" And he's like, "Big fat purple motherfucker," and it's so rough.
Jesus.
Anyway, listen, it's only funny because they've been paid and they understand. If he
Again-
was just roasting women he was sleeping with, it would be super fucked up.
I like my porn like I like my food, just filled with love. That's the best kind.
Dude, I will be real. If I'm going to actually jack off, I've been on like I want them to clearly be emotionally attached to each other.
you can tell. You can't fake that. It's so
Yeah.
wild in porn.
Do you watch like porn for women? ever?
Oh, okay. I thought you meant
There's a-
literally, but there's a site. Yes. I
Yeah.
know of it. Yes.
Yeah.
I just have like a guy that he's like a porn star. Here's the secret to watching porn, everybody. You find a guy porn star you like and you look up his porn.
Okay.
Then he fucks how you like, and then of course he'll eventually fuck a girl you like to watch, and then bam, you've done it.
Yeah.
So there's this guy, Owen Gray, and he's like friends with so many women in the industry, and so like they do scenes together, and they're like very clearly friends outside of the scene, and then they're having fun, and you're like, yay, everybody wins.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't watch like regular porn anymore. Because it's like, I'm just like, oh no, is she having fun or not? I don't know. No, dude, I'm broken. What happened to me?
That's why you got to watch I know porn stars that have like you look at their Snapchat and you're like, okay, you're selling just like fuck videos.
Yeah.
So cool. So then I still look at the free ones because I'm a broke piece of shit. But I'm like, okay, but it seems like you at least like really enjoy this, and it's like a whole thing that
Yeah, I'll go on Reddit and look up like interviews, and I'll try to find like they're like, this is my favorite scene. Like I love this scene, and I'll go watch it, and I'll be like, she's doing it for real.
Yeah.
Like I love that shit. Honestly, when I had a significant other, making porn with her was cool because then I would be like, oh yeah, of course my girlfriend likes it when I have sex with her. This rules. But then
that's not always the case for me.
Yeah.
My girlfriends don't always like it when I have sex with them. Not because I'm doing it against their will, but just because I'm not good at sex. You know, you really have to explain all your jokes now.
Yeah.
Because when I was saying it, I was like, this sounds like...
They're just like, listen, I don't like when you start while I'm asleep.
No, it's just, it depends.
Not at the dinner table.
Yeah. Nah, there's no way I would like watching myself fuck.
Is it like
no? Look at my own body doing things. No.
Here's where it goes wrong. Eventually, you will. Well, not eventually. This is very fatalistic of me to be like, listen, you will break up.
Yeah.
But like for me, so far, that has been real.
I count death as a breakup.
Do you?
So unless you both die in the same fiery accident, your relationship wasn't a success.
So
you gotta die at the same time.
You break up, and then your old go-tos are all messed up for you. But you've watched them so many times. Have you ever jacked off and then thought about a porn you watched?
No.
Dude, yes.
I'm fucked up then. Oh,
I
no,
have.
you are too? Mike, never.
I'm jacking off to something else, and then do I think about it after?
No, I'm not.
No.
You're like, and I'm not saying like jacking off to like a porn, and then you're thinking about a different porn.
So like I'm like.
Oh, that's what I thought. Like I'm thinking about X videos. Like,
okay,
dude, I remember my old standby.
No.
She was so good to me.
Okay,
that
so
video.
so you just like jack off to something, and then
you're
you
bored
remember
at work
it,
and you're trying to crank one out in the stall.
Yeah. And you're like,
and then,
yeah.
And then you don't have time, but you're thinking about.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Then yes.
Okay. Good.
Okay, no, now I'm the weird one.
Yeah. You are weird.
You're watching, trying to find that old video that reminded you of the one video.
No. What?
All right.
What video? Describe it to us.
I can't think of anything.
It'd be so funny if I was like, I know that one.
Yeah, that would.
I know that one.
Anyway, I forgot what I was saying because I was so blown away that you said that. But yeah. So you're what? Let's rewind. Do you ever watch porn? And you think about a porn? Oh. So you're jacking off to yourself because having sex with your girlfriend, and then that becomes like an image that's implanted in your mind, a sexy image.
Oh, it
that,
goes
like,
in your spank bank.
Yeah, it's in your spank bank.
Okay.
But then you try to make the withdrawal, but it's still in there. But now it's a hurtful memory.
Oh, yeah.
And so then it messes up sex for you, and then you can't get hard, and a girl gets really mad at you on a date a couple months ago. So anyway.
You go into your spank bank while you're with other ladies?
If you can't get hard.
That's a rough one.
Yeah, it is. It's not a good situation.
That's why you got to get just a draw full of CVS dick pills.
Dude, so I thought I was going to try gas station dick pills, but I read reviews and people were like, you'll die.
The one,
they don't work.
The ones down at the bodega right here.
The rhinos?
There's like the rhinos and like the samurai. My favorite part about all the dick pills is like no headache. Like
Yeah.
Oh, did they used to?
I haven't used it, but apparently Samurai X is the one.
Yeah?
That's the one.
I recognize that brand. It must be the Coke of dick pills.
Yeah. I used one from CVS. And that worked pretty well.
Was it like you take it and you get hard, or is you take it and then for 24 hours you're good to go?
I think it was more of like it was quicker for me to get hard, And I don't know. It says that it makes you last longer, but I don't know if I did or not. I mean, I lasted about the same amount of time that I usually do. It's about 45 seconds.
Cool.
But I could fuck again quicker.
Hell yeah.
So I think that's the only thing that really made it.
Did it just
different.
make your dick feel better, or like were you like your heart rate was higher?
It made
or
me. No, dude.
you feel like methed out?
Okay, so this is what happened.
Wait, real quick for you two, because you're both straight edge.
Yeah,
Are
yeah.
dick pills?
Dick pills are straight edge
Yeah,
because
yeah, they're
dick pills are straight edge because I said so.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
You two are
And
the
you
authority.
know what? I'm going to go ahead and sign off on that. And how it works is kind of like a straight edge court of law. And if
Yeah.
two of us sign off, it's good to go.
And we're both over 30, so that counts even
yeah.
more.
Straight edge people over 30, their opinions matter, and straight edge way more.
Yeah.
than
They're
everyone
weighted. It's like a vote. You know, ours are weighted more.
Yeah.
There you
yeah.
go.
But so what happened was okay. I'll tell the story. Fuck. Okay, because it's about my current girlfriend.
Hell yeah.
But she doesn't care.
Okay.
She thinks it's funny when I talk
Name
about stuff
her.
like that.
Say her full name.
I'm
middle
not gonna
name,
say her
both.
full name.
Social Security address.
Yeah. But so we had met like earlier in the week, and we're like, okay. And then she was like staying with our good friend, who's her best friend, and like our mutual friend was being like, hey, so she wants to fuck, and I'm like, okay, fine. But I was like really nervous for some reason.
Yeah.
Like knowing someone wants to fuck you, you're like, oh fuck, now I have to like fuck good. Also, you know my friend, so you're gonna tell him how I fuck.
Yes.
And all this. So I was like, all right, I'd never done it before, and a friend of mine, he is like pretty open. He's like thinks it's funny to use dick pills. Like he's like, I use dick pills and it's funny to talk about and stuff like that. So
I mean, in his defense, he's correct.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. He's definitely not wrong. But I texted him and I was like, hey man, what's like the best dick pill to get?
Hell yeah, dude! I love that you're just like, I'm gonna perform whether I have to, whatever
Yeah,
it takes.
no matter what. So then I go and get them, and I take two. Cause
Two?
It says that you could take two.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
because they come in like a big bottle.
Oh, I thought you were doing the multivitamin thing where they say take one, but the secret is to take two.
No,
Yeah.
no. So I took two, and then but I was like going to this thing where we went on this like big. It's like one of those like big adult scavenger hunts where you're like fucking get punched in the face and like do all this shit.
Yeah,
The
yeah. I
Fight
love that
Club
shit.
stuff.
Yeah. And one of them was to take a Viagra.
Okay.
And I was like, well, I've already taken one dick pill. So then I go and I like
no.
we go to CVS and I get a different type of dick pill.
No!
And I also take that one and I only take one of those. But dude, I was like, my dick had never been harder in my life. But I also was legitimately like, oh, my heart might explode. My heart rate was through the fucking roof.
So,
I was speedballing two different types of dick pills.
Did you tell them you had already taken dick pills, or were you like, "Fuck, I gotta play it cool"?
I know,
and
dude,
take
definitely had to play it cool.
Yeah, you
I was
can.
like, I'm not gonna tell her that I already took dick pills.
She's just sitting there
Dude.
like, "Why wouldn't you take the dick pill
Yeah.
unless you already took two dick pills?"
No. But I was like, all right, if I just elect to take the dick pill, she'll never know I already took some. And then now she knows that I took the dick pill, so she's gonna want to fuck me even more because she gets to fuck a guy that's on dick pills.
True.
But then she didn't know that I was on two different types of dick pills.
Dude, you double dick pill.
Yeah, and I told her like maybe like a month later.
What if half of your dick was one amount of firmness and the other half was another
My
amount?
nuts were really hard, and then my dick was still really soft. But listen. But they work. The moral of the story is they work, and then you have to be her boyfriend.
Were you like?
Then you have
To be her boyfriend because
dude,
you
that's a
fuck her so
cool
you
rule.
fuck her so good you have to be her boyfriend.
What if like had you only taken one, you wouldn't be together?
Yeah, so I
It's,
guess I had to take two
yeah.
different brands of dick pills.
Here's what I'm nervous about. You take dick pills to have sex with someone for the first time. And then that's how they think you fuck forever.
That's what.
Yeah.
Now the bar for the baseline performance is so high. This is why I disappoint women on the first time. I just get it half hard. I throw rope.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just like barely doing it. I just like when I come, it just like leaks out like kind
And
of
then you're
lazily.
like, this is what it's always like, and then you fuck them good.
Yeah. And then the second time, if they stick around, that's how I know they're cool.
Well, then you tell him like, you cured me.
yeah. Then I'm like, only for you, baby.
I think the thing with dick pills is it doesn't make you fuck better.
Yeah, there's
It just
nothing-
makes your dick.
It's not like
It
the
just makes it-
Matrix where he uploads it
Yeah,
in Neo's
yeah.
brain and then he's like, "Tell me," and Neo's like, "I know how to fuck."
Yeah.
Now make sure dick will like to be able to keep up with your imagination.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
where the fucking comes from.
I'm afraid if I took dick pills, I would come faster.
We could try.
I usually
Yeah, you gotta do control.
I don't.
We could
You fuck a
just
woman?
sit here.
Yeah.
Oh, you find a woman. I was just gonna
Oh,
say.
fuck
we're-
fuck a woman.
Mac and I were
Yeah.
just gonna jack off.
Jack
Yeah,
off.
see
Yeah.
who comes first.
Back to back. Well, no, we have to do front to front because no funny business.
Yeah, I don't know what you'll be
you-
using
all of a
something
sudden-
weird.
All of a sudden, behind your back, he has a pocket pussy or something.
Dude, what if we got a double-sided pocket pussy?
And then
Chinese
whoever-
finger trap.
yeah. Is that a real thing that exists? You think?
I don't know. Do double
It's like
pocket?
It's like the opposite of a double-ended dildo.
Yeah.
Because double-ended dildos exist.
That
Totally.
They should be a double-sided pocket pussy.
Dude, did we
if
just
not,
invent the new thing?
The double fleshlight.
Yeah, man.
I mean, they do have those weird fleshlights where it's just like a torso with like an ass.
Dude,
and
that
like
shit, that shit makes me sad.
Dude, wait.
The tits are like
so
two other
sad.
vaginas.
Can I please? I did jack off to regular porn recently that made me laugh, and you guys just unlocked the memory. By the way, I've been jacking off a lot lately. I went no fap for a month.
How'd it make you feel?
I couldn't
You
tell
become-
it.
you do-
Honestly, I felt like I was full of rage. Like I was genuinely fantasizing about fist fighting and stuff.
That's cool.
I didn't do it for like 3 weeks once, and I was like full on getting into fights.
Dude, yeah, like
I was like, this is bad.
I'm already like an aggressive and confrontational person, and then I don't jack off, and I'm just like you know when you just feel strong, you're like maybe I could flip a car. I don't know.
It's also because you're straight edge, so you literally have no outlet for any emotion. You're not jacking off. You're not getting drunk. You're not getting high. You're working out, but that just gives you more blood flow to get more angry.
True, very real. This is
You only temporarily weakens you, so you become stronger.
Yeah.
So I recently have been having sex with a woman, and I
Okay.
won't anyway. It's pretty good, and then I was like, man, coming is cool. So I've been jacking off a lot, and dude, I cranked out like the other day. I got home. I hadn't been home for a while, and I was so excited to be on my computer, and I think I jacked off 4 times in a night, and I was like, this is I'm on that high school shit right now, dude. I'm fucking cranking these out. But back to the story about the ass. So you said they have like the ones that's just an ass, and it's like, who is this for?
They're always so expensive
Dude,
too.
so
Just
there's
get a
a-
real doll at that point.
There's a porn, and it was just like the girl, and I was like, oh, she's hot. So I click on it because it looks like it's going to be pretty normal. And then what she does is she catches a dude fucking the fake ass on the edge of the bed, and then she calls him his house phone. Why does he have a house phone in 2019? And she hides, and then he goes to answer the house phone, and she hangs up. She throws the ass into the
Oh, I see
closet,
where this is
gets
going.
naked, gets under the bed, and then makes it look like her ass is the ass, and he comes back, and then he's like, well, I'm still hard, even though I just walked around my house, and I guess I'll just fuck this ass. By the way,
So she rapes him.
yes. Yes.
She reverse Revenge of the Nerds him.
Yeah, exactly. So then he starts fucking her, and then she like lets out a moan. Oh, by the way, the camera like goes under the blanket, so it's looking at her face.
That's cute.
It's so funny.
It's so funny.
It's
Dude,
so
By the
funny.
way, it doesn't. Firstly, her skin tone is not the skin tone. She was white, but like it just didn't match.
Yeah.
whatsoever. Like, and so it's just this dude is just like, this seems fine, and he's
Yeah.
fucking it, and it's wet. Of course,
Yeah.
it's a. Anyway, she lets out a moan, and he's like, "What in the world?" And then she comes out, and she's like, "Surprise, motherfucker! It was me the whole time." And he's like, "Oh no!" And then, but no. And then he goes, "But you're my stepmom." And I was like, "What?" I thought she was a criminal the whole time.
Stepmoms can be criminals.
Dude, no, but I thought she like snuck into his house. I was like, the narrative makes no. You just threw the stepmom thing in for the weird stepmom
Dude,
people.
I like that they didn't lead with that because it wasn't like in the title.
No, dude.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. Dude, nothing was in the title. They surprised me. She raped us both, man. I didn't expect it. He didn't expect it. The twist ending really got me. Anyway, I finished. It was. She was really hot.
I mean,
And
you're
then,
not really-
Of course, afterwards, he's like, "Well, now I have to come in your face."
But stepmoms aren't blood related to you at all, though. So
Yeah,
that's
technically, it's fine.
yeah, there you go. And it's
But it is
good-
weird to be Eskimo brothers with your dad.
That is weird. Would you be Eskimo brothers with your dad, Mac?
I mean, depends on the girl. I don't think we have the same
Nah.
type. Like me and my dad have completely different
Yeah.
tastes.
Yeah, my
Dude.
dad likes hot women.
What kind
Oh,
of
no.
No. My dad likes My dad is like because he's working on his 3rd marriage now. Good for him.
Okay.
Yeah, but he has
Easy now. I'm
No,
divorced.
he's
Let's
sick. No,
play
it's
cool.
sick. It's like good for that. He's fucking getting around. He's having
Oh
fun.
no, he's crushing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he has a rule because I'm his youngest kid.
Okay.
And he won't fuck any woman that's younger than his oldest kid.
Okay.
So we have a couple different age brackets that we're working with here. Not that I'm against, but I'm not gonna fuck like a 45-year-old woman. I mean, I might. Depends on the 45-year-old
I've had
woman.
sex with a 45-year-old woman. Actually, literally, I think that's the oldest woman I've ever slept with. She was 45.
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
Yeah, I bet it's fucking
Dude,
great.
Yeah.
she
All that
slang
experience?
that pussy like
Yeah.
crazy. Also, she was very hot. Like, she was so hot. She was like
Dude.
on a business meeting.
Okay,
And she was
yeah,
like,
I'm
I'm
already-
just in town for business. And she just hit me up on Instagram and was like, you can come to my house. You can come over. And then what she said, she was like, I want to pretend that you're married, and I want you
Okay.
to come on a wedding ring.
Oh, what?
Like like you're cheating with me. And I was like, you realize I'm single, right? And she was like, yeah, but
Don't
this is the
so don't say
fantasy."
that.
Yeah. She was like, this is the fantasy. So come over, put on the ring, fuck me, pretend we're married, and then at the end, I want you to come on the ring. And she was like, fine. And I was like, at the time, I was very young and very horny, and I was like, yes, I will
Yeah,
do any of this. But then at the end, I got creative, and I was like, put the ring in your fucking mouth, and I bow. So we all got what we wanted.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
nice
that's nice.
story.
Yeah, thank you. I was very young. I think I was 20
Dude.
years
This
was
old.
like 2 weeks
and
ago.
She was 45.
Oh, this wasn't here though. None. I was just thinking about because you were reminding me of older women walking around the Upper East Side. There's that stereotype of all those old rich ladies, but that are like hobbled over, hunchback. and
Yeah,
kinda
yeah,
just-
yeah.
I saw one. She had to be 65, 70 and still rocking it.
yeah,
There's
fuck
some
yeah.
like Manhattan hotties.
Oh, dude,
Oh,
New
yeah.
York is full of like because it's hard to like become detached from culture here. So there's a lot of people who are like still into fashion, still kind of get what's going on,
Still
still
working
take care
out,
of themselves.
Yeah.
When you go out to the West, dude, as soon as someone turns 30, they just fall the fuck apart.
Yeah, that's the thing where it's like thinking about like, oh, I was like, I'm not gonna fuck a 45-year-old woman, and then I'm thinking about like all of the hot 45-year-old women I see on the street
yeah.
every day.
Yeah. New York's full of like they understand how to use like they're young, but they're 45.
Yeah.
Whereas I genuinely know women who are like my age in like where I'm from and stuff that I'm like, you're old as fuck.
Dude, I've seen
They're
20,
just like,
20-year-olds who are like smoking and drinking. You're like, oh, how do you look 40?
yeah, dude. Or just like people who are like, say they don't understand what a meme is, and you're like, how are you so detached?
Yeah.
That like
They just don't care. I was talking about that the other day though. Me and Diego were walking around and we saw this it was like probably like a 50-year-old woman and then her mom, and they were just like sitting on the stoop talking, and I was like, man, I wish that was enough for me to make me happy.
Oh,
just like on a Sunday, like that's what they do on Sundays.
I thought you two were gonna like try and hit on them and decide
No, that'd be
which
fun.
one,
Me and
like,
trying to fuck these two old women.
Which
So
one do you
anyway,
want?
Fast forward, me and
Yeah.
Diego are plowing.
And I
this
got the
mother
really
daughter
old one.
duo. Yeah.
But no, it was like I just wish that was enough, just to like sit with someone in my family on the stoop, and that's what I look forward to.
Oh,
but I'm
dude.
too busy. Like I gotta fucking be an artist and fucking dumb bullshit.
I'm the same way. I can't like I have to be productive.
Yeah.
I have to like, dude. I have friends that I genuinely love that mean a lot to me. But if they want to hang out with me outside of the hobby we have in common that made us friends, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm really sorry, but I only want to skate with you.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
You know, or I only want to fucking play video games with you, right? It's just like, they're like, let's just hang out. Let's go to a bar and talk. And I'm like, I'd rather kill
what?
myself.
No.
What? That's
I know
weird.
you're always trying to get me to go to a bar, and I'm like, dude, fuck off.
No, I was just saying like hang out with cool
One of the
people.
reasons I like comics is because when I hang out with a comic, often, and this is very lame, but you're trying to just be as funny as you can because it's fun.
Yeah.
Because it's like a challenge to be funny together, and it's like it's what you do in your comics. You do bits. The hang is fun.
Yeah.
And it feels like I'm working towards the thing I like to do, which is being funny.
Yeah.
And so then comics are like the only people I actually hang out with regularly.
Yeah.
So I didn't used to hang out with anyone regularly, and then I started comedy, and I was like, oh, I can hang out with comics, and that kind of
just
changed
do-
my life
yeah.
a little. But then it also ruined my life because then I was like, I will never date a woman who I can't hang out with like I hang out with a comic.
And then it's hard,
now
yeah.
I'm single forever.
Yeah, she has to be funny. You got my curse.
Yeah, she has to,
Or-
but she doesn't just have to be funny. She has to be like confident. Like
No, I just need funny. I don't care if you're
I need a
not-
woman who's like,
And I don't even need that.
yeah. What do you?
I need a woman.
Just woman to be nice.
No, I just.
Well, look at you. You're the only one with a girlfriend.
Yeah.
So.
No, it's just I just so happen to have a girlfriend who is nice and funny,
Yeah.
but doesn't feel the need to do comedy, which is
So good.
yeah
Good for you.
Yeah,
man.
she is funny.
To be clear, I don't want to make it sound like I need to be with a comedian.
No. But it's
I want
it's,
that.
It's it's the same. It's the things about comedians that like spark you and like make you feel like this is why this is fun. Yeah, just someone that has that same thing.
I used to like articulate it by saying I want someone who makes standing in line at the grocery store fun.
Yeah.
So, but it, like every woman you tell that to, every person you tell that to is like, I do that. I'm fun. And you're like, okay, well, not everyone, but you're wrong.
Yeah.
You're so wrong. And then it sucks. I'll date women and they'll seem cool and I'll tell them all these things I need from them and they're like, oh, I got this. And I'm like, okay. And then I hang out with them and they don't. And then I stop talking to them.
And then,
do you know who doesn't handle rejection well?
Women.
Yeah.
I was
You
going
know,
to say
like that
everyone.
shit. I mean, really everyone.
Yeah.
No one
Dude,
really
women
handle-
especially, dude. I've had
don't know.
some wild ass shit happen to me recently where girls are just like, I don't want to go on a second date, and then they're like, am I not funny? And then they're like, say it.
No fucking way. I'm like,
not
yo, I don't know.
kidding. I'll
No
show
fucking
you
way
text
am I
messages.
doing that.
Girls are just like, I will not leave you alone until you tell me I'm funny or not. Is it because you just don't like me? Tell me I'm fun. Like, dude,
Yeah.
I've
oh my
had,
God.
and maybe it's because I'm too open about like what I want isn't really sexual and has more to do with like your personality, but it's rough.
We're going to get so many fans emailing you jokes now. Email your jokes to cowboyboyspodcast at gmail.com.
Yeah, dude,
Your best
girls-
jokes and see if they get Shayne horny.
Dude. They might. Dude, honestly, the best way to get me horny is to like take a real big risk and like say something way crazy to me in person. Like I was recently talking to someone and they made a joke about how I was molested as a kid, and I was like, "Oh, I love you."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh,
Yeah, you're
so
the
hot."
best.
Yeah, you're cool as fuck. Oh man.
What about all the homeless people that say crazy things to you?
Oh,
Do you
let's not fuck 'em.
Here's
Yeah.
exactly. You gotta fuck them.
But they gotta have tight little bodies.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
I mean, yeah, there's some fuckable homeless in New York.
Beginner homeless.
The
We
la-
saw that beginner crackhead.
That's
the
what I was
other
going
day.
to talk about. That girl
Oh,
was
yeah.
cute.
We saw that. We went to. We were in Washington Heights at Hamilton Square Park
Okay.
or Hamilton Bridge Park. And there's a skate park there that's so sketchy. And we were walking from the bodega to the skate park through this like weird tree path. And we're walking, and then I just looked to my left, and then there's this woman literally shooting up in front of us.
Okay.
And she was like. It was like deer in the headlights. Like I was staring at her, she was staring at me, and she was just. It was like, is one of us gonna do anything? And then she just like slowly shoots up the heroin. Like,
Is it weird that made me a little horny?
dude,
The dedication to the craft.
She was beginner. She was a beginner junkie. One, she was by herself.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Or like she was like not beginner like her first time, but like she clearly like all of her skin was intact.
her clothes look good.
Her clothes look good.
She
clearly-
didn't. She had a bad hiding spot.
Yeah, she had a bad hiding spot.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She
This
was
is first week junkie.
dude, it was crazy, and I was just like, how do we help you? And then I was like,
I think you got to hit rock bottom before you come back.
there's nothing you can do at that point. And then we went
Yeah, if you're shooting up in public, I think you're already like
it's over.
since none of us are like professional counselors. There's nothing that we can do, I don't think.
I could have. I mean, and also she's high on heroin now, so like it is weird to be like, I want to help you, but whatever. And then we go down the way, literally like 200 feet down to the skate park, and the cops are there hanging out watching. And I'm just like, oh, I guess.
Yeah, they were trying to
Like,
find all the people smoking weed out. I did notice everyone smoking weed.
They didn't give a shit, dude. The cops didn't.
Well,
Yeah, there
the-
would have been a riot.
Because it's not illegal here anymore. It's decriminalized here. You get a
Yeah.
ticket, but it's not
Dude,
like
Only if you're like
this was
blowing
like-
smoke in people's
yeah.
faces in Manhattan.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
was like a group of a couple hundred people. It was a pretty ridiculous amount of weed. But I think the cops knew, like, oh, this is a sketchy group of, like, skater kids. If we attack these kids or we try to arrest someone or anything, they're just going to throw water on us. And, like,
yeah.
they are in control
I
of the
think
situation.
It was also their like Oh, they're not. They're just skating.
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
not up to actual like bullshit.
My cousin is a New York City cop.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and he was. It sucks, but what are you gonna do?
No, I support
it's
it.
cool, yeah.
I don't know.
Cowboy Boys is thin blue line.
But he was saying he gets people because I don't remember what neighborhood he works in, but it's kind of like a neighborhoody, like deep Brooklyn.
Okay.
And he was saying that he gets calls all the time from like old people complaining about like people smoking weed on their stoop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said he goes up to them and it's just like winking really hard, being like, "Hey, do you guys know if you are smoking weed in your backyard, I can't do anything about it." It's just being like,
Yeah.
just go. I can't enter your backyard
Oh yeah.
for that.
Dude, a friend of mine is a cop in a really bad neighborhood in LA. And he's just like, I find people with crack pipes, and I'm so tired of doing the paperwork, and it changes nothing, so I just make them crush them in front of me.
Yeah.
So like literally, he's like, I make crackheads crush their crack pipes that's just like all I do. Is a huge part of my job. Just
Yeah.
like throw it on the sidewalk, smash it, stop doing crack, and then
Yeah.
he just like leaves. The other day, he was like coming to visit us when I was in LA, and he's gonna come meet us at 7-Eleven, and he's like, "Sorry, I was late. I had to fight some guy that was at Planned Parenthood throwing condoms at people," and I was like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck?" Cool.
Yeah, I feel like most of those cops are wishing they probably were investigating the murders and real crimes, robberies going on,
dude,
instead of dealing with junkies.
Yeah, it's got to be so brutal out there. I can't
Yeah,
imagine.
I know a dude who got he's a New York City cop.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say junkie.
No, I mean I also know that, but they don't have that many fun stories about them. They just do heroin and it's sad. But
It's fun to them.
yeah, I guess you're right. But I guess the story isn't that fun. But I know a guy who's a New York City cop, and there was some kind of altercation, and he had to not work for a while because he got somebody else's blood in his eye.
Oh.
Yeah, so he had to do like a bunch of tests, and he got like paid leave and stuff like this, but he's like, yeah, but it wasn't fun. I got someone else's blood in my eye and I was freaked out about it for a long time.
Yeah,
but he's like, fine, like nothing, like it didn't, like
Yeah.
nothing happened, but it was still like,
That's
fuck that,
so
yeah.
crazy.
Do you have to take the weird medication that fucks your body up?
Oh,
It does fuck your body up.
We know-
I had to take it once.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
A guy who claimed he had AIDS. Did we
Okay.
tell this on the podcast?
No, we might as well now. So
I'm pretty sure we have, but I don't know.
anyway, it doesn't. I
Give the
don't think
quick
we
rundown.
have. Yeah. So listen. We had this friend of ours. Let's keep kind of vague about something.
Yeah.
So we have a friend, and she has a roommate. That roommate is kicked out.
Yeah.
This roommate is a. Does it even matter what they are?
No, anyways, they
This-
came back in, broke into the house, and the girl was scared. It's one of our comic friends. And so she called. She's like, we don't know what to do. And so I grabbed Shayne, and we're like, let's go over to the house and figure out like why he's there. And so during the altercation where we're kicking him out because he's not supposed to be there
Yeah.
at his ex's house with all of our roommates and everything,
Yep.
he bites Shayne in the arm. And then
By the way, he's like destroyed a ton of stuff
In the room.
house, ripped his ex's laptop in half.
that was kind of a cool move.
Throwing a fit. Dude, we went there. We were talking to him, and he's sitting in bed, and we were like, "You gotta leave." And he's like, "Oh, you big strong man, you gonna beat me up or whatever?"
Yeah, he called
We're
us
like,
goons, and we're like, "Yeah, I like
he
being
called us goons." But he was like, "What are you gonna beat me up and throw me out?" And like Salt Lake is like extra super woke, so we kind of thought we were gonna be like, "No, we're here to talk." And both of us were like, "Yes,
We're
Like,
we're the goons."
yeah, literally, yes. That's why there's two. We're gonna throw you the fuck out, dude. And he wouldn't like comply. We were just like, you have to get out right fucking now. And we're trying to handle this without calling the cops because fuck cops.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But like,
No, I wanted to call the
at one
cops.
point-
I like the cops.
I'm big on. Anyway, I'm the one.
Yeah, yeah,
escalating.
yeah.
So we pull the blanket off of him to like get him out of bed, and then he's naked under the blanket, and both of us are like, God damn it!
yeah.
Of course you're fucking naked with your tiny baby dick. He had a micro penis.
Nice, dude.
And so anyway,
Good for him.
I mean,
Good for him for having a micro penis and still at one point having a girlfriend.
yeah, no, he's killing. And listen,
So
if you have a
respect.
micro penis out there and you don't bite people, I'm fucking.
So respect.
respect to you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This particular guy though, his penis, fucking stupid.
I
Yeah.
mean, maybe we don't really. I don't get hard during fights. I get smaller.
Do you?
Nah, dude,
I
full
get
hard.
You get fully
Full
torqued?
hard. Oh, dude, that's fighting is the natural dick pill of the world.
Really?
Dude,
I need to start fighting.
Dude, every night I've ever had a fight that I've been able to fuck, I've fucked like a monster.
Oh, I could see afterward. I'm
All
saying during a fight.
adrenaline through the roof.
Dude, and you feel like, oh, dude. Once I beat up a guy who was like hassling the girl I was dating, and she we fucked each other like we were trying to kill each other, dude. Oh,
Yeah.
But
really
anyways,
good. I think about it all the time.
long
Okay,
story short, during the altercation, he bites Shayne.
pretty hard.
So the cops eventually show up, and while the cops haul him away, he's screaming, "I got AIDS!" And that's when the cops are like,
At one point during the altercation, we're wrestling him down, trying to get him out, and Max is like, "Don't let him bite you." And I was like, "I won't let him bite me." And then he immediately fucking bit me. You put the idea in his head, you motherfucker.
Yeah, I think that's your fault.
We were wrestling him, and my hand was near his mouth, and Mac was like, "He'll bite you," and I was like, "He's not gonna bite me." And then the dude heard Mac say it, was like, "I'm gonna fucking bite him."
Yeah.
So he chomped down on my arm so hard that I had like weird tendon, like my hand wouldn't open the whole way, like it hurt.
Oh,
dude, he fucked me up. If it was like, have you ever been bit by a cat?
Yeah.
They go whole ham. Like, yeah, it was like that. Like, he bit me as hard as he could. Ooh, it fucked me up. Anyway, he said he had AIDS.
So
and
then
then
you have
I
to...
was like, whatever. And then the cops were like, you gotta go to a hospital and get it checked out. I'm like trying to walk AIDS off.
Yeah.
I remember that hospital visit now.
Yeah, dude. So then Mac takes me to the hospital. We're there at like 4 a.m, and the lady's like, "What brings you guys here?" And I was like, "I was bit by a guy with AIDS." And she was like, "Oh."
Okay.
Yeah. So they did some tests or whatever. And of course, you can't get AIDS just by being bit. But if someone has HIV and they have like anyway, he was bleeding also. So his blood was all over my bite. So they were like saliva plus blood inside your wound. Like, that's a legit worry.
Yeah.
So they gave me these weird like pills you take that if you're exposed to HIV it will make it so you don't get it. But they made me like, dude, they
kill everything. Dude, it's probably like chemo.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know. Have you ever taken antibiotics and you're just like, I don't feel right? It was like that times a million, dude. I was fucked up for a week.
Do you remember the guy in the intensive care part of the hospital? Remember?
Dying?
There was a guy covered, like he'd been fucked up in some kind of accident. And it's me and Shayne, we're just joking around like, you got bit and stuff. And I remember they had, the bank teller, like at the bank they have those tubes.
Yeah.
That you send money. The hospital had tubes, but they were for like fecal and urine samples, and because we're out in the like hallway because there's so many people at the ER at 3 a.m, so they just have us kind of in this staging.
Yeah, and because you are like in the world of ER stuff, you're kind of low.
Not currently dying like this guy we were looking at right through the window.
Yeah.
It was kind of not a window, but those flappy curtains or something. Anyways. I turned to Shayne and I'm like, "Hey, look, they got a poop chute." And I'm looking at everyone, the nurse, Shayne, everyone just like, And I look at that guy dying on the table, on the gurney, covered in blood. He's looking at me and he kind of like, and he nods, he nods off. And I think a bunch of nurses came over and rushed and started like
you almost killed him with your joke.
No, I think he did die, and that was the last thing he heard on this earth was my awesome joke. I still stand by that.
Hey, look, man.
Poop chute. That's good. That's a good.
See, the wild thing about that whole story to me is that this guy, because you're like, oh, Salt Lake is so woke that he doesn't think we would fight, but in my head,
was trans.
Okay.
We forgot that one detail, but it doesn't matter.
Well, I didn't think we would fight him because of that.
Didn't think we would fight him because
he used that excuse a bunch, and people
so
don't fight him at shows and stuff.
I'm transgender. You have to treat me well.
We
were like, we're gonna beat you up.
Yeah, because to me, from like being into hardcore, my thing when people say Salt Lake, it's like, oh, violent, hardline, straight edge.
Oh yeah,
that's what I think of.
Correct.
Yeah, so like guns in the pit. Kind of stuff,
Then that's exactly. I mean, that's pretty true to Salt Lake.
Yeah, so that's what I think. So that's funny to me that there's like the other side that's like, oh, we're so woke that we can't fight this person who's like assaulting our friend.
Dude, here's the thing. Mac is just like a blue collar guy, and Salt Lake Comedy underestimated Mac's willingness to be like, fuck it, I'll fight you.
Yeah.
And then they just don't understand what I am, and I was like, give me a fucking reason to fight.
Yeah.
Like,
ready to pop off immediately.
Dude, I want it, dude. I've always wanted someone to come on stage while I'm on stage, fucking strangle him with the microphone, punching him.
Yeah.
Well,
dude.
The whole thing behind that story is that's why you hear of all the awful things in artist scenes and no one says anything or does
artists
anything.
Don't do shit to help.
Because they can't fight.
Well, anyone can fight, but they don't. They
can't
choose
fight
not
well.
to.
Yeah, they don't help each other. I've heard of stories of like one of my friends was like, yeah, this girl got groped at open mic tonight, and I was like, did you fuck that guy up?
Yeah, did you guys do anything about
And they
it?
were like, no, he left. We were all and we.
Well,
couldn't
he's a
believe
friend.
It happened.
He's a friend of our other friend. We don't want things to
doesn't
get
matter.
weird.
I don't give a fuck if
Swing on him immediately.
Dude, no, swing on site. I don't give a dude.
Yeah.
The guy, I don't even know. I don't have a good example, but like, dude, fucking Daniel Tosh grabs a girl I like inappropriately at somewhere. I'm gonna knock him the fuck out.
Yeah.
Don't do that shit. Like, I mean, I don't know. I also can't control how I react to things sometimes.
Well, it's if you any person grabs any person, regardless of whatever, and makes them uncomfortable.
Yeah, I've had to really get over that here in New York. I
What do
keep,
you
like,
mean?
Remember when we were first here and those people were fighting outside of your place in
Oh,
Brooklyn?
you want to join in?
Dude, and I was like getting my clothes on, like shit, dude, they're fighting outside.
Yeah.
Like, because I could hear women, and so I was just like, what's going on? Like, I'm gonna get involved. And Mac was like, we're in New York, it's gonna happen again in like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's right. And now I'm on the train and people getting altercations, and I'm like, I want to.
Yeah.
Unless it's blatant bullying, I'm like, I have to let these guys handle their shit or whatever.
You can't get involved in every single fight
dude,
in
yeah,
New York.
In New York, you have no time anymore.
Dude, I literally like walk past fights all the time here, and I'm just like, I don't know what's going on here. I can't.
What am I gonna do?
There's
Yeah.
two guys and one guy, and I want to help the one guy, but I kind of don't know what's going on, and you just have to really let it go.
I was walking up like Avenue A a while ago, and there was these two dudes who were like getting in a fight, and they were probably like 45 years old. Like, it was like one dude kicking another dude out of his store.
Yeah.
But the dude who was kicking the guy out of the store, like the other guy was like falling down, so the guy was just kicking him in the ass. And I was like, this is really funny. And then some fucking like dude in like hiking boots and shorts was just like, you guys have to stop. And I'm like, I'm fucking watching this, man. This is funny. He's kicking him in the ass. He's not like
That's literal. That's what
yeah,
you
yeah.
do.
He's not like kicking him in the face or anything. Like he's kicking the guy in the ass because I think he thinks it's funny. But it's like, man, either way, I want to watch this, and why are you stopping it?
That's
and then he
so-
got mad at us for like not stopping. I'm like, first of all, I don't know these fucking guys. I'm not gonna get in there.
Yeah.
And stopping a fight is like kind of whatever.
How many videos-
I'm just for like regulating, like, hey, maybe don't kill him or whatever. But even then,
No,
it's
that's
like,
what the bystanders are for. When he's knocked out, you gotta make sure he doesn't kick him in the head
you're
while he's down.
unofficial
Yeah, yeah,
referee.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, hey, yeah, I can't tell you how many bystanders have stopped me from doing something. I'm just like, when the fight's kind of over, and then like my lizard brain is going, and it's like, pick up the trash can, smash his head
Yeah.
on the ground, and then someone's like, Shayne, what are you fucking doing? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm back.
Sorry,
everybody. My
sorry.
bad."
That's why they keep punching in UFC.
Dude, what was the last fight you got in?
It's been a while. It's been a long time.
It's been a while for me too since I've been in like I think that thing we just talked about was the last real like I am going to get into a confrontation.
Yeah.
And I would be lying if I didn't say I was like driving there like fuck
yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't feel that. I was
felt
like,
that,
I
dude.
don't
was
want to do
so
this, but we
hyped.
have to.
I was
Yeah.
so hyped.
I feel like I've gotten close a couple of times, but I probably haven't been in a fight since I was like 24 or 25.
That's around when I stopped fighting
yeah.
too.
It was
That's
just
really
enough.
funny.
Especially it was once I started comedy and stopped going to like hardcore shows like every single week and doing stuff like that.
I still go to hardcore shows.
yeah, I still go, but I don't go as frequently as I used to.
And yeah,
You
and
guys-
I still mosh and stage dive and like have a good time, but I'm also like very like, oh, we're here. This is so fun. I'm
Yeah,
here to
yeah,
have
yeah.
Fun.
You're the old lame asses in the
No,
back
it's
with your
true.
arms crossed,
Dude,
like
I am,
bobbing your
for
head.
sure.
Like, yeah,
Very
this is
real. I moshed one time and I'm like, I'm done.
Nah.
I've got one song per band. That's what they get from me.
Yeah. I was with my buddy Nick. We were at a show, and he was like, "All right, one song."
Yeah.
And he's still like, like he's still doing it. He's still
Yeah.
like limber, and it's not like he's not like in pain, but he's like 32. He's like, I'm not gonna fucking mosh for every band like I used to.
I went
But-
to the Have Heart reunion show.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I
Who are
jumped
they?
Off, they're a very popular straight edge band that was retired and came back for one tour.
Ooh.
I jumped off of something very high into the crowd, and I was like feeling very young and cool. And then right afterwards, I was like, I can't move my neck.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I was like, oh no.
But I feel like every, no matter what show, there's always some old head that's like, you are 60 and you have some kind of grandpa strength or something.
Hardcore is full of people like that.
Yeah, just
They're like actual gang members. Sometimes.
yeah.
Or,
Or
like,
they're just like 50-year-old fucking garbage men.
Yeah.
Popping dick
wearing
pills.
Asics,
Yeah.
wearing Asics and a windbreaker, and
And-
they're just spin kicking people on the side.
Yeah.
How do you become one of those guys?
You go to shows your whole life and
Yeah.
never
Never
be
change
with a woman and
Yeah.
never change.
Or just be with a woman who still has like Betty Page bangs and wears like spaghetti strap tank tops.
Dude, every old head hardcore kid has a Betty Boop girlfriend.
Yeah,
why is
yeah.
that- why is that real?
I don't know.
Dude,
dude.
what's your girlfriend like? Is she like a regular?
Nah, she's like a alternative person.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
cool.
That's rad. No,
But she's cool. But I like her. I like my girlfriend.
Both my exes are alternative people. One is not really. One was into hardcore and stuff, and then the other was just kind of like had tattoos and was like into like Japanese culture. She was like a weeb. But
Yeah, so my girlfriend is like the kind of mix of both of those.
Ooh, that's
so
the
she's
best.
like so she's into like some hardcore and some metal and some like, emo-y, pop punky, all
like
that stuff.
this.
She has a bunch of tattoos. She's like plays video games. She lives in Australia, so she goes to Japan fairly recently.
She lives in Australia. Is she
Yeah.
real?
She is real. That's the thing. Yeah.
No, she's real, guys. I
Yeah.
can't bring her
People
around.
have met her.
My
But
girlfriend goes to a different high school.
Yeah, my girlfriend goes to a different
I was gonna ask
hemisphere.
if she has any friends, but now she's in Australia. and
But
I'm
she
not
had all of her friends live here,
Oh, okay.
but not they
Weird.
like live in
do
America.
they play video games and are they cool?
They not that many of them. They're cool, but they don't play video games.
You know, okay.
My,
I was
my
gonna
girlfriend was
say-
sending me videos of the video game she was playing yesterday, and it literally just looked like she was swimming underwater, and that was it.
This is just turning into an audition for Shayne finding more friends.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of games do you play?
Anyway, you were fighting.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's been a while. I'm trying to think of why the last time I fought was.
You don't need a reason sometimes.
No.
Sometimes
Yeah, I
it's like-
just was in a fight. I used to fight a lot, like in my early 20s when I was like living in like punk houses and doing dumb shit.
Dude,
yeah.
we used to just like be like, you want to go to the park and see if the Juggalos will start something with us?
Dude, I was in what was basically a riot one night.
Dude, hell yeah.
That was basically, it was like the punks and the hardcore kids and the like kind of art school indie kids all versus like college kids.
Dude,
so like all
those
of
are
the
best
all of the subcultures like that kind of don't like each other all came together to be like, we have to fight them. And we were at this
Yes.
part. Yeah.
I've been to one of those.
Yeah, it was
where we
fucking
linked
wild.
up with the Juggalos. Dude, I'm not kidding. It was like this weird like Lord of the Rings, like the moment where we were like where Rohan and Gondor got together, and it was like, this is weird, but we're here now. And
Did all the scene kids come at the very last minute to like
I
save you?
specifically remember because a guy with full clown face makeup hit someone with a crowbar, and everybody was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah. So this started because we were all at this huge party, and then we were like, at one point, my roommate at the time, this whole backyard was full of people, and he jumps up on the deck and like stage dives off onto the crest. So they're like, okay, this is not great. And then people we know, this band was like in town, and it was like we all went and hung out there after the show that we all played. So they were like lighting off fireworks and shit because they're on tour, so you have fireworks.
Yeah.
And then we were like getting kicked out, and then the drummer of the band lights off fireworks inside the house while we're
Hell
getting kicked
yeah.
out. So then somebody standing on a couch like grabs his hood of his hoodie and like pulls him back and just punches him in the face, and we're like, well, now we all have to fight.
Hell yeah!
And
Yeah.
it was a fight that was started inside the house. It was like a cartoon. It started inside the house. It went out into the backyard and then went around the house somehow into the street. And then when we heard the cop sirens, we were all like, fuck this, and like ran away.
Dude, that's so fun. I've been in fights almost
Yeah.
exactly like that, where we were having like bottle rocket battles, or they caught us shitting in the upper tank of the
Yeah.
toilet, or
That's a good reason to fight.
so we're like, whatever, dude. Once, like, a guy got one of my friends was sleeping with his girlfriend in this dude's bed, and the dude was like, "Not cool, man," and like tried to wrestle.
Wait, he
my
was sleeping
friend
with the
while-
guy's girlfriend, or your friend was sleeping with his own girlfriend?
His own girlfriend,
Okay.
but in this guy's
Bed.
bed,
Yeah,
at a
yeah.
house we didn't know was a house party. We were just kind of like there.
Yeah.
And granted, we're sketchy straight edge kids, and we're like there to steal their DVDs
Dude.
and like eat food.
I know, dude.
Dude, we clean out people's fridges and then just leave and go home.
Dude, all of my straight edge friends are like we'll go to this house party, and then I'm like, why do you have a computer?
yeah.
How did you get a computer now? And they're like, I don't know, I took it. I'm like, wow. I don't even get you.
Yeah.
Like, I have a computer and a knife, and I'm just like, all right, man.
So my friend,
Don't invite straight edge people to your parties.
Dude, if you are... Okay.
he's banging out his girlfriend in this bed, and the dude comes in and he's like, "What are you doing in my fucking room?" Thinking he's stealing whatever, which he wasn't. And he's like,
I mean,
and he goes, "Nah, cool, whatever."
Stealing sex valor.
And so then he
Yeah.
tries to like pull my friend. He's like, "You got to get out of my fucking room." And he's like being physical with my friend, who's, I think his shirt was on, but his bottom was off. He had been wearing basketball shorts and underwear, and she'd like taken them all the way
Yeah.
off
he's like
of
a
him.
fat kid swimming.
Yeah.
Just keeps his shirt on during
dude,
sex.
This is true. We're all sitting there hanging out like in the thing, and then we look over like at the top of this like small staircase, and then it was just him with his dick out but shirt on, fist fighting.
Oh no!
And then it was just like something out of like Animal House. It was like, "It's on," and then my friend Anton, who's a fucking maniac, crazy person, just like picks up a vase and like throws it against the wall. And
Was
it
that guy?
on.
Was the pantsless guy hard or soft?
He was soft by the time.
There you
he
go.
was
I told
fighting.
you.
There you go.
It's not a good.
It's true.
It's not a good aphrodisiac.
It was a pretty good fight, though.
You don't want to get hard while fighting because then that's another thing they can grab.
True.
It's like having short hair while fighting. You don't
that's
want
true.
long hair. You don't want your peen to be long.
You know what? You want a long peen, but not during a fight. It's counterintuitive.
You want to keep it tucked back.
No, I'm gonna say as a grower, being a grower is the best way to fight. It tucks back in there. You can't hurt me.
That's fair. That's fair.
Being a shower is a detriment.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that.
We should. Before I forget, we have to thank Haley Williams for designing our logo.
Did the talking about fighting while hard and soft remind
me
you?
of her? Yes, it did. She's sponsoring this podcast, and she encourages people to get hard, whether or not they're fighting. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, is this an ad read?
No.
No, you said she
I'm not
sponsored
reading
it,
anything,
so
I don't know. But also, what else sponsored the podcast earlier? Facialabuse.com.
Facialabuse.com, yeah.
No one Google that. By the way,
It's
not
on
a reflection
Pornhub.
of me as a person. It's very bad.
those videos are sad funny to you though.
They are sad funny to me.
I have a
the
thing-
interview videos, not the sex
Yeah.
parts.
I have a thing now where I don't know what it is, what happened. It's a couple years ago. This just clicked in my brain. It's not like a sex thing, but it's like now the thing that makes me to laugh the hardest is just watching someone sing like earnestly. I don't know what it is. Just someone trying really hard to sing. It makes me like
Even if they're good at it?
No, if they're bad,
if they're,
right?
no, if they're only even if they're like decent or like pretty good,
Yeah.
it still makes me laugh. I don't know why, especially if it's a cappella.
Oh, no.
Like I was watching this like a couple years ago. I was in this horror movie, and there's a scene where like a girl is just like singing in a field, and I'm like, this is the funniest. I'm like crying, laughing, and everyone's staring at me in the theater, and I'm like, sorry.
Wait,
this
I
is-
don't understand.
I don't know why.
You
So-
just unlocked this level of your brain.
This is what makes me laugh now, and that's why it's like I don't know, like how you think the facial abuse interviews are funny,
Yes.
and you're like I don't know why. Like that's the same thing where it's like I don't know why someone singing earnestly makes me laugh. Even like American Idol auditions,
Yes.
even if they're good, it's just like someone singing and nothing else going on around them is so funny, and I don't know why.
So what
It
if
is
they're
absurd.
What if they're singing in earnestly? Like
like as like a bit?
I don't know. That's I don't know
Yeah,
what is
I mean,
the-
well, because it's like you could sing. Yeah, because it's like a thing where it's like in a comedy where someone's like
I guess
singing bad or
if
whatever.
I'm doing karaoke. That's not earnest. I'm just like trying to hit the notes, but not like my life.
If you're doing karaoke, it's not that funny. Like
There you
unless it
go.
is fun. Like
I
Unless
guess
it is
I guess
fun.
at karaoke, it's always really funny when someone shows up who can actually sings, and
and
they're
then
like,
it's like fuck you.
they're trying to show off.
Yeah. Then that's like annoying funny, and you're
Yeah,
laughing
yeah.
at them.
That's
yeah.
true.
But if you're just like if it's like one of us and we're just like singing a karaoke song, it doesn't make me laugh that much.
Huh.
But just like someone singing.
That's
I guess it's off
weird.
the yeah, I don't know why.
I mean,
That
there's
is weird.
I think that's
I'm jealous. I'm jealous of you the way I'm jealous of people who jack off to feet.
Yeah, you're like I wish I could get pleasure from that.
Yeah,
you could
I wish I
laugh.
was
You could
into
laugh
feet.
at so much. There is a lot of people singing out there.
Yeah, and
Dude,
it makes me
that's
so happy.
awesome.
It always makes me so happy.
So jealous.
I'm just
I-
laughing so
I'm
hard.
gonna try now.
Dude, I think-
I'm gonna see if I can unlock that.
I don't know. The closest thing I can relate is fat animals make me laugh.
Makes you lose it.
Which is
Yeah.
You really always have. He sends me like fat dogs sometimes.
Fat dogs especially make me giggle so hard.
People falling down, and I'm very blessed because fail videos are so prominent on the internet internet.
Yeah.
But literally, like, dude, one of the hardest times I've ever laughed in my life was watching Mac fall down in the street once.
That was funny.
I laughed so hard I had to lay down.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Dude, so people falling once my ex-wife fell, getting into bed.
Just the sentence "my ex-wife fell" is so funny.
Is that what you told the police officers?
She was getting, but like, you know, like wearing a fucking my shirt and like no bottoms, going to the other side of the bed.
Was she getting ready for a fight?
No, and she like, but she hit something and she fell in such a way that was, it's just like her whole body fell, and I laughed so hard that we like got into a fight.
Yeah.
There you go. She was.
Yeah, there you go.
Pantsless fighting.
Dude, it's pretty good. But so Haley Williams Designs, she's great.
Oh, is this the ad
Not
again?
Haley Williams. What am I saying?
I think you're thinking of the Paramore.
I was like, "You go from Paramore did your art?
Yeah,
That's pretty cool."
I mean, let's go with it.
Dude, I like Haley. Anyway, listen. Haley Designs. It's great.
Damn, this is so embarrassing.
This is the worst ad read. Listen, but also, you know what? Her helping us, she knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
She knows that I'm terrible.
Watch it be like Haley Ferguson. Like, I don't know her as well as you do, so it's more embarrassing for you.
Oh my god.
I don't know her at all. I'm gonna say Haley Stevenson.
That's
Haley-
a good
her name.
guess.
Anyway, Haley Designs. It doesn't matter. She's Haley Designs on Patreon.
There you go.
She's a
That's
good
all you
artist.
need to say.
I know. Why did I try to say her last name? Listen, it doesn't matter. I was thinking of Paramore earlier because someone was like, you should listen to the new Taylor Swift. And I was like, isn't Taylor Swift just like Paramore? And then someone screeched at me.
Okay,
Perspective. There you
but
understand.
I was at a restaurant maybe like a month or two ago, and the music was really awful. They were playing like, it was like listening to like Good Charlotte, but like not in like a funny, ironic. This is just what I listen to. But there was a song, and I was like, this is like Demi Lovato or some like pop star. And then I like Shazammed it to see how much I hated it, and I was like, oh, this is Paramore.
Really?
Like,
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
it's like newer Paramore, and it just sounds like everything else on the radio.
They switched up their style a few years ago.
Yeah, and now it's just like dance, like electronic music.
Well, I mean, once you get so famous, do whatever you want.
Yeah, I don't care. It's not like Paramore had like a thing in my heart where I was like, no, you're only this band. It's like, I don't give a shit. Do whatever you're making money. But I was like, this is awful.
Yeah, if this comedy thing works out and I become famous, my special is just going to be me. I'm going to be like Dimitri Martin, but just showing pictures of dogs, fat dogs. Just like, this is what makes me laugh.
I cannot wait for Rob Dyrdek to die so I can have his job at Ridiculousness. That's where I need to be. Not Tosh, because Tosh has to actually work.
He has
I
to
want
write.
to be on Ridiculousness where there is no work done and I have my two unfunny friends
Yeah.
hang out with
You just
me.
have a bunch of cool models and
I like
skater friends.
I unironically watch Ridiculousness, but I only like it because it's such a weird train wreck.
Yeah.
Like, Rob I like a lot of his shows, and he's a good skateboarder, but like he's not that funny.
He's not
And then the
funny.
two people he has on the show are just his friends who are also. It's such a weird train wreck that I'm like, I like this.
Yeah, where it's like it has to be the thing where the cost of making the show is so low,
Mm-hmm.
and what they make, like what the network makes of the show, has to be so like such a good amount that they're like, do whatever, we don't care.
Yeah.
that is the best setup.
I fixed the ad read. Well, I didn't.
Oh,
We're
let's
not going
hear
to
it.
edit any of this. Well, she owns BHB Digital.
Oh, it's changing more.
yeah. It's Haley Designs, BHB Digital. Anyway, Google her. She's great. She made all our stuff. She's very kind. She's been supporting me since before Cowboy Boys was even conceptualized. And yeah, she hates Mac, but you know, a lot of people do.
I don't blame anyone for that.
Yeah.
Are
No, she doesn't really
okay?
hate Mac.
I was gonna ask
She
if
doesn't
there's
know
like a
Mac.
big contingency of listeners that are mad at you all the time.
No, there is not actually, but there's a
That's
big
sick. That's-
contingency of people that are mad at Mac all the time.
Okay.
He has many enemies.
I mean, that guy at the open mic, not the open mic, the guy at that show that I was inadvertently laughing too hard as he bombed, probably
Yes.
enemies now.
No, he is delusional.
I know, but he probably remember. Oh, yeah, he might have taken my laughter
No,
as
he's-
real.
Yeah, he's
That's
like,
one of those
that's
people
a
that
fan.
no matter the laughter they get, they
Yeah.
think they do well.
Yeah, they
If-
think they do well.
If I am your enemy, please reach out to me at cowboyboys.podcast@gmail.com.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and tell me how much you hate me.
I think we should get Mike home at this point. Mike, where can That's where you can email your questions to us. Where can people reach you?
I'm at Mike Abrusci on all social media, and it's just I don't know. You'll figure it out.
What's your favorite one? Instagram,
social
Facebook?
media? I like Twitter.
All right, follow me
Yeah,
on
I
Twitter.
feel like
Twitter. You're
I
good
feel
at
like I'm better at Twitter than I am at Instagram.
Nice.
I'm still fine at Instagram.
And you have a very funny podcast.
And I have a very funny podcast called A Little Time. It's me and my best friend Diego. And
You stole the idea from us.
yeah, well, we're on like episode 70 something. So
Yeah, we take our time.
We're
You take a little time to pump those out,
Yeah,
whereas
that's
we really draw it out.
Does one of you try to fuck the other one?
every episode.
Okay. Cool.
They stole our idea.
Yeah, that's our formula, motherfucker.
And if you don't know where to start with my podcast, maybe listen to the episode that Shane's on.
Oh, it's true.
You can start there.
I'm
There you
on it. It was
go.
very fun. Diego, very kind, was one of the first people in New York that was nice to me, and now I say good things about Diego wherever I go.
Hell yeah.
I'm one of those people that's locked into your friendship, so I'm really glad that people like Diego, because otherwise...
You're like, oh, now I have a friend that no one likes.
yeah, and I have to be loyal to him no matter
Yeah.
what, so...
That's the worst, isn't
I
it?
know. I know, and now, Mike, do not molest anybody. Do you understand? 'Cause
I
we're
thought-
friends now.
I thought you were looking at me when you said that.
No, you're a lost cause. But
Yeah. I'm going to be honest, I don't plan on it
Okay.
anytime soon.
You're open to it.
No. I'm close to it, and I don't plan on doing it. And I haven't in the past.
Cool.
There's nothing weird is going to come out about me unless women are like, man, this guy watches a lot of weird YouTube videos when you have sex with him. They'll just be
Whoa,
like,
is that your
not-
move?
No, just like, but like, I'm like, hey, come over here. Here's this Wendy's commercial from like this Wendy's training video from 1993. Isn't this funny? Now let's have sex.
Dude, that's literally what I do.
Yeah.
That's my move.
Yeah.
Dude, we all have the same move.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I like I'll just like watch YouTube videos with me, and if they laugh, I'm like, you're cool enough to have sex with.
Yeah. So that's what women that have had sex with me can say.
Yeah, you always be like, the TV's broken, but my laptop in my bed.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what do we watch? Porn is too strong of a move. Let's watch, the porn is too, like, Taxi
You're
Driver.
just like, let's watch these facial abuse
Yeah.
interviews.
They really
Just the
make me laugh.
Mac, do you want to say your stuff?
What stuff?
Your social media stuff.
No, I don't care.
Oh, well, anyway.
Follow me if you want to.
Hey, listen, you can you know where we are. Shadows are everywhere.
Yeah, if you listen to the podcast. You know what's funny is I'm going to call these people out. There's people who follow you and our podcast Twitter, but they don't follow me.
Dude, listen to me, everybody. Hold strong. Do not follow Mac no matter what happens. You understand?
There's a few people that like follow other comics in Utah, you, the podcast, and not me. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
It's like, bro, that's like this feels personal now.
Yeah.
Do you know what you can do to help us, though? Review us on iTunes. Seriously.
Give us 4, 3, 5 stars if you feel like
A bunch of people gave us 2 and 1 star when we first came out. I wonder who that could have been. Anyway.
Oh, but if you do leave a review, even a bad one, write out why.
Yeah. You got to tell us why you gave us a bad review.
I think the funniest thing is if you don't like someone to give their podcast 2 stars instead of
2.
1.
Yeah,
Because
'cause then
1 is like, we get it, you don't like me, but 2 is like, what the fuck? You liked it a little bit?
It stands out.
Yeah.
You don't get all pushed in with all the other ones.
We got a few 2 stars. You want to explain yourself?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I think with me it's either 5 or 1. There's nothing in like I don't 2-star like a podcast.
Well, here's what I'm saying. If you do want to cause real damage, leave a review on your 1 or 2 star review.
Saying why.
And then, like, really cut.
Yeah.
'Cause anyone who runs a podcast obsessively who looks at those every day, twice a day.
I really don't. I don't look at the reviews and I don't look at the numbers.
I look at the reviews. I don't look at the numbers.
Yeah.
I look at everything.
Yeah, Mac like obsessively looks. Well, the numbers kind of don't matter. I've been in a position where advertisers approach me and I was like, "Do you want these?" And they're like, "No, you have to pay someone to run analytics. Those are never accurate." And I was like, "So the numbers I've been looking at and obsessing over aren't even real?" And they're like, "No." And then I was like, "Oh shit."
Oh, okay.
Don't tell
Yeah,
me that.
yeah. So don't worry.
Cool.
Your numbers from whatever website you use to host your thing are probably off.
Yeah. Cool.
By all metrics.
I hope they're low and not too high.
Well, they're always lower.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they have a hard,
Thanks.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
have.
yeah.
So if you think about it, we actually have 15 listeners, which is pretty cool.
Literally tens of listeners. Dude, but a Little Time podcast is great. You
It's
guys
fun.
are very cool.
I enjoy it. I don't talk nice about myself enough, but I think my podcast is fun and good.
Hell
and you should
yeah,
listen to
dude.
it.
I love it.
Doing any other fun stuff around the city? Shows?
Nobody fucking likes
Stand up?
No.
Hardcore shows? Anyone like... Got any
No.
dick pill places you want to?
CVS, pharmacy.
You go to generic places. You don't have like bodegas.
Nah, I haven't fucked with a Samurai X yet. I might.
All right.
My girlfriend's gonna be here a couple weeks. I'll
Hell
see.
yeah.
I'll
I'm gonna
see.
take one.
I'll take a Samurai X and see. Yeah, you can maybe find me at the Brooklyn Museum at the Gary Winogrand exhibit. I'm going to see that soon.
Hell yeah.
That's
Hell
it.
yeah.
I just got my New York Public Library card, and they have and they have something called the Culture Pass, which you can reserve 2 or 4 free tickets to museums.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah.
I gotta get one of those.
But you could just pay $1. That's the secret in New York. Is most museums they the price is $20, the suggested price. But if you
really
give
a
us $1, we have to take that. And we'll let you in.
But this one is free.
Oh, there you go. If you give $1, it's too much.
Yeah. And you get free audiobooks on an app. It's a whole thing.
Oh, hell yeah.
Go to the library. We love it.
I just barely started using Audible, which does not sponsor this podcast. Do not use Audible until they sponsor us.
Use the New York Public Library.
Yeah, that's right.
They probably
Go to the New York Public Library. Google facial abuse, who is a sponsor of the. No.
They can't kick you out if you're over 18.
All right, everybody. Fucking yeehaw.
Yeehaw.